So, Coach, it's been a while. I guess we really haven't talked since like the second or third game of the season. At the time, look, you're a coach. I realize every coach expects to win every game. That's the goal. Yeah. I've been with you guys my whole life. I get it. But how do you feel at this point, as we're getting ready to start, I guess, season 1, part 2 for the Carolina Ascent? How do we feel about where we are at this point?
Yeah, we've done great so far. Started out really strong. We were dominating on top of our division for 11 or 12 straight weeks. And, we get into the second part of the season and, you're never satisfied as a coach. As well as we did in the fall, we want to do better in the spring. So we're ready to go and ready to bring home a championship.
I talked with Mia a little bit ago about the downtime. I find this fascinating that the season literally comes to a grinding halt and then you ramp back up. As a coach, what do you do in that time for you personally, and then also to keep track of your players and what they're doing? Is there a plan in place? Are there checks and balances? Are you calling them every morning? Are you up running? Because that's what my coaches would have done. But
I think the most frustrating thing is we lost our final game of the full season. So when you lose a game, you want to get back to it the next day, the next moment, the next opportunity. So to wait for another game was very difficult just for my personality, me as a coach. And there's time that you spend thinking. If we had won the last game, you go into the holiday break and spend some time with family and breathe a little bit. But that was a frustrating break for me. And I know the players felt the same way. So it was no surprise we came out in game 1 of the spring season and ran all over Lexington and got a good 3 points.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I would have looked at it completely opposite. I'd like to think that the most successful people in sports and the most successful people in life are the people who hate to lose more than they love to win. I can teach anybody to win. You don't learn anything by winning. I want somebody whose life is absolutely miserable losing, and they can't wait to rectify the situation. So you say that losing that last game was bad. I think it's good. It haunts you. It stays in your soul that whole time that you're off, and you can't wait. Like you said, your kids came out and just ran amok in game 1. That to me is a successful loss, if there is such a thing.
Yeah, I'll take that. You probably got to ask my wife about how miserable I was over the holidays, and she probably wanted me out of the house and back at work. Losing that last game hurt a lot. So again, I think the players did such a good job in game 1 of coming out and smashing Lexington and getting 3 points.
So wanted to ask you the same thing I asked me, and that is at this point, talk to me about your feelings about this inaugural season in terms of the league, in terms of the support you've been getting from Charlotte. What's it been like?
It's no secret I've lived in Charlotte for 25 years now, and I consider this my hometown.
And you still talk like that? We've had you for 25 years?
Yeah, that's the next thing to go. But it's no secret. I love this city, and I think the fact that we are blazing a trail for women's professional sports, let alone professional soccer here, is something I'm extremely proud of. And we've connected with the community. We've had some fantastic attendances. We're really starting to feel at one with the crowd. So for me, it's been nothing but a positive, but I've got a biased vested interest. Charlotte's my home, and I'm very proud of that.
I wanted to ask you something, get you out of here on this, that I saw highlights of on television the other night. I couldn't believe it, and my brain got jogged because you're sitting there right now in a puffy coat, and it's freezing outside. How cold is too cold to play soccer? I was watching highlights of Messi and Miami playing in Kansas City, and I think when they started play, it was 4 degrees. How cold is too cold to play soccer, or are you one of these people like, never too cold?
Never too cold, but I tell you, the wind will spoil a game of soccer. But I watched Messi play as well. In that game, he looked miserable, so that might have been as close as it gets to too cold, but never too cold.
I couldn't believe the people in the stands. There's not enough bourbon in Kentucky for it not to be miserable up there. Everybody's like, kind of moving around, we're going to die. That's good stuff. Well, Coach, always good to have you in. Always good to talk with you. So pleased at the record so far. I know you're not. I know you're never satisfied, but looking forward to the spring season here with the Ascent.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.